Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and this is another part of the commentary series. Today I'm going to talk about the only music video I've ever directed that wasn't for my own song, or for a band that I wasn't involved in, I guess, because the dot dot dance sort of. But this is like an actual band who I was friends with, contacted, asked them if I could do a music video, and I did. So this is that. I mean, this is basically a performance video, and every band, because I'd pitched for other bands to make music videos for them, and pretty much no one wants a concept video. Everyone just wants to make a performance video, which are like really boring to watch if you like don't know the band. And as someone who used to watch a lot of MTV, I really never wanted to make a performance video, but pretty much no one would have me make a cool concept one. And Banana Oil, who I worked with a lot and did music for my short films, and especially for Cletus the Fetus, I went to them and told them how I really wanted to do this kind of a performance video where you have things layered on top of it, as you can see, and that they're all in shadow. In a way, they sort of like don't appear in it, which they liked, and they could do all these insert things, like him licking the guitar, like them. There's so many in here, like playing keyboards, clapping hands, Raymond singing from the side, him singing up front there, and I could layer them on top, which is something I learned from the Bring It Down to the Window thing. And I did this kind of inspired by the Mark Romanek directed Linkin Park video Numb, and I'm not a Linkin Park fan, but I like that video a lot because they're all in shadow, and then suddenly it's like an explosion of light, and I don't really like looking at Linkin Park, but I like the video because almost divorced from that, you can kind of like it more because you're not faced with looking at Linkin Park. So I kind of really thought that idea was really cool, and I kind of put it in a different place. I like the theory of it and did it differently because obviously, I mean, his is probably better, but this layered on top of it. And Banana Oil does enough funny things that there's like almost too much going on. I noticed people who like this video when it ended up online, ended up watching it several times. And them having sex with the two instruments, like the keyboard and the drums having sex, and all that. And it was shot by Ben Johnson, who shot all my college stuff, and I directed it. And all I remember is when we shot it in their dorm room, where they made all their music. So that was basically where they were, and it was a very snowy day. And after we shot it, my girlfriend and I went and I broke up with. This is not my wife. Went and saw the movie Closer, and then went home. I don't know. That's just a memory I remember of the shoot for. But this video kind of interesting in terms of what the perception of things change is when I made this video and played it at school in class. It did not go down well. People were like, "Oh, it's too much like the Apple commercials at the time," and I was like, I mean, that's not really. I mean, I'm kind of doing a different thing, and it was honestly, it was a little more of an experiment within using the shadowy band concept was kind of what I did, and I wanted to just make like a short little quick experiment kind of thing, and make something for a band. And also it's like the band agreed to it, and I could never get a band to like let me make a music video, and I thought this was something we could shoot really quickly and effectively, and I thought it could work really well. But everyone in the class was kind of like way harsh, Ty, I guess, too harsh about it. And even the teacher was like, didn't like that, like I wasn't showing the personalities there. Like a lot of people wanted me to just make a straight ahead film the band thing, like not have all the cuts, all the things layered on top of each other, like just make a traditional music video, which I found depressing. And so this one didn't play, I think, at a lot of student screenings just because it seemed like no one was into it. And when they're putting together the final show, even though this is short, it's under 2 minutes, I think it never really got in because, I had like, I was a little more prolific than the average student. So if there was something that needed to get kicked out, it could probably be this. And so I think the Stroll and film students and my short film after this, The Watcher, got played a lot more than this did, which was upsetting. And I kind of just like, I liked it. I felt good about it. I still like it. And then it went on, I believe it was on CletusTheFetus.com, if I remember correctly. And yeah, so yeah, I made it. I put it on CletusTheFetus.com, and it actually did pretty well, as I recall. Like, people watched it, and then when it on YouTube, it actually gets more views than the Bring It Down to the Window, which was the music video I made, the rap video I made, which that got played at a ton of student screenings and got a pretty good reception. People wanted it on tapes, and like, I remember when it went online, people would talk to me about it. And what's funny is I think this one got watched more. Maybe it's because of the band and because of any following I had, but even today, it has more YouTube views. So it's sort of interesting how things change in terms of the views and in terms of the perception, because I've even heard about this being, I think I played it on my TV show. I've heard this being played, any festival screening thing it's been submitted to, it's played very well in. And it seems to cross over. Not that it's a huge hit, but it's interesting how it bombed so badly at that class thing, but it ended up being far better, more watched and better perceived outside of that. So, yeah, that's kind of the story of the Get Down Syndrome by Banana Oil. The other thing, on a lot of my older videos, this is just a thing I guess I'll address since we're doing a commentary thing, is a lot of my older videos have a lot of thumbs down for some reason, and I think someone just like one day just didn't like something I said. I don't really know what happened, but yeah, it sort of sucks that happened, but it did. So that's life. You just sort of move on from it. But I don't. It just happened one day in like 2009. So this was uploaded to YouTube in 2007. It's been there ever since. It's been there for a while. So. You should check that out. Anyway, this is another commentary series. Thank you, patrons, for being awesome patrons, and also for enjoying this Patreon exclusive content. And I will be back next time with, I believe it's a Knockforce commentary, and I'll see you then. Bye.